All right, which Yankees prospects can make some noise and make a serious impression for some good playing time in 2023? I'm going to go over a couple. Some of them are obvious, like Anthony Volpe. He's already been making his impression. He's the #1 prospect in the entire system. I expect him to be up in the Bronx at some point this season. When? I don't know, but there's a chance he could win a job out of spring training. But we'll see, because some of the major leaguers in front of him are healthy again, like DJ LeMahieu. So, and then you still have Gleyber Torres, some other folks, and Oswald Peraza has the front. He's the front runner for the shortstop job, but third base is open. But I don't see him. I see him projecting as a second baseman, but we'll get to that one. There's a couple of other prospects. I mean, at this point, we know Oswaldo Cabrera, who I don't know if you folks remember, he made an impression last spring training, and he was pretty good. And that's when he stood out to me. And I noticed, I said, this guy's gonna get up here at some point, and he did, which was fantastic. But there's a couple other spots, and he's clearly the favorite, I think, for the left field job at this moment. And he'll be competing with Aaron Hicks. But there's another prospect who's in the system. He's at Double-A right now. His name is Elijah Dunham, and he's a 24-year-old. Cabrera's 23, but he's kind of rocketing up the system as well. He's a left-handed hitter. Specifically, Oswaldo Cabrera, as we know, is a switch hitter, as is Hicks. But Elijah Dunham is a lefty, and he's got speed, and he's a good defender as well. And having another option to compete for the left field position could make for something good for the Yankees. And again, it can make it easier for them to move Hicks, and it can make it easier to move Oswaldo Cabrera to a super utility role. Just if that's something that they want to do, because he would be pretty much the best utility player on the team. I think he would be a better position than DJ LeMahieu is at this point, especially being over 10 years younger than him. But Elijah Dunham is a guy that I think could make some noise in spring training, so I would be looking out for him. And again, he's 24, he's a lefty with speed and a good defender, and he's been kind of shooting up the system pretty well. And he's in Double-A right now, so we'll get a better eyeball on him during spring training. So Jasson Dominguez, obviously, he's also in Double-A. He's a little bit, I think, further behind, but his ceiling is very, very, very high. And unless they move him for a top-notch player, he's going to get every opportunity here from the Yankees. So, the outfield competition is going to be pretty promising, as is the infield competition. So it's something I will look out for. And I'm going to be, updating you on everything, on all these guys, including some other guys as well. So if you're not subscribed to the channel, do yourself a favor and do that right now. I don't want you to miss anything important. I don't want you to miss anything good, especially as it comes to the Yankees. We're a couple of days away from spring training, pitchers and catches report, and so get fired up. I'm fired up. Those guys I wanted to mention, particularly Estevan Florial is going to get a shot in left field as well, but I think he's behind, unfortunately, right now. At least Cabrera and Hicks. Elijah Dunham has an opportunity to surpass him as well. But we'll see what happens there. And then Andres Chaparro, we've talked about him before. I actually took part in interviewing him, and that was fantastic. And he's a guy that he can play first and third with power, and he's a solid defender as well. So he's another guy who could take that left field, the third base job, and basically force the Yankees to sit or bench a guy like Donaldson. So if they don't start him, so if he plays better. And again, this is where an opportunity. If one of these young kids outperforms the veterans in spring training, why would we not give him a chance, especially if he's showing that he could do it? So it makes too much sense, okay, at least in my opinion. I don't know, you could agree with me, you could disagree with me, but let me know it either way in the comments. But Andres Chaparro, Elijah Dunham are two guys that I'll be keeping a close eye out for. Jasson Dominguez as well. Obviously, Anthony Volpe. I think these guys are going to, potentially open some eyes, be productive, and even if they don't make it immediately out of spring training, I think they're going to show the potential that they could be up here in short future. So, and again, third base is going to be open after this season, and who knows if they're going to go after Manny Machado. But like, if this kid, Chaparro shows that he could be a 10-year younger Machado, then it might force them to say, why are we going to pay $300 million for Machado, even though he's a star, when we have a potential star here? So this is an opportunity to play some of the kids. I mean, last time they played the kids when they had the core four, and they played a lot of them, and look what they turned into. So this is an opportunity too. I do think Volpe will be up. I don't see Dominguez being up this year, but he could prove us all wrong. So, and I want to see some of these other folks. Spencer Jones is not, as of right now, is not part of the spring training non-roster invitee, but he could be up at some point as well, and because I don't think he's far from the majors, but I think he's at high A right now. He hasn't got up to Double-A yet, so once he gets to Double-A, I think things will really, really start cooking for him. But a lot of good things to look forward to. A lot of good things to look forward to. The Yankees they got a lot of big arms under 20 as well in pitching, so that might not be in spring training, but there's a lot of pitching potential. We need higher end. We need guys up in AA and AAA that can contribute at the major leagues in the near future. So hopefully they'll draft some of those guys this year and even sign some guys wherever. But we've got a lot of young talent, but they are several years away. So, and we'll talk about that another day, but I want to know what you think. I mean, to me, Andres Chaparro, Elijah Dunham, okay, those two guys especially, all right, and you obviously got Dominguez, those three guys who can open eyes. Volpe's already been opening eyes, so I'd be looking out for those three to make noise in spring training, and maybe a pitching prospect as well. Who? We don't know, but I'd be looking out for those three. Who are you looking out for? Give me your feedback. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll keep it coming. Talk to you later.